Hi everyone. We are back with our frozen little golden book journal. I have gone ahead and taken the first 4 pages. Keep your signatures intact. Go ahead and number them if you have to, because you want to, or not intact, but in order. And then the first thing you want to do is, and let me show you on the one that hasn't been glued down yet, you're going to score on this side of the page. This is the fold. You can see the little staple holes. You're going to fold at score it at 3/4 of an inch on that side. Okay, and the reason I didn't do a whole inch is because then it would start to cut into the picture. So I did 3/4 of an inch here, scored it. I did flip it over, score it on the other side, because some are going to go back and some are going to go forward. And then I put it on my cutter and I did it upside down, so the fold was out here on the measurement, and put it on the 5.5 mark, and then trim. Of course, I do mine upside down, but because I use my cutter upside down. But I come out here. I don't know if you can see that. Let's lift it up like that. Come out to 5.5, and then trimmed 1/4 of an inch off, because you want, after it's folded, you want this width of the page to be 5.5 so that it matches the other pages. Okay, and then you'll start with your first signature and you'll fold back, and then the next one you will fold forward. Okay, and what you'll notice is that when you open the book, see, this page is intact. When you open the pages, all we've done is kind of change the width of the page. Okay, we've tucked that in a little bit. Everything, the story is still in order, all the pictures are intact, but we have this little flipper. The first time I made a little golden book, the unicorn one was my first one. I cut this off, and then I had to tape. I used washi tape to tape them all together, and it was just such an enormous job. I saw Gail Agostinelli do this method with the tip ends, and I thought it was fabulous. Not only does it keep everything intact so you don't have to washi tape everything back together, but it gives you an extra pocket on each page, so you've got 6 extra pockets. Now somebody will ask me, what's a tip in? A tip in is, in the book world, if you have put a book together already and say one of the pages was missing, they will do a tip in, and basically it's a page that wasn't included in the signature, and a lot of times it'll be, wherever it's supposed to be in the book, they will just glue a thin line and attach it inside where it goes. It's not included in the signature. So that's what a tip in is. It's anything you put in the book added to that is not really a part of the original signature. So, these pages are going to be in our signature, but we're attaching a pocket here, and the pocket is our tip in. Okay? Not to overcomplicate it, but I've had a couple people ask me. So, all right, so you've got it scored, folded back, forward, there's 6 of them, so you alternate. You've got it trimmed to 1/4 of an inch on this side. And the next thing we're going to do is glue this piece down. Now, I don't think you would have to do it because this is going to be sewn into the book eventually, but I don't like it to be loose when I'm trying to work with the pages until I sew everything in. So I go ahead and I glue this little piece, and I'm just going to glue that down like that. Okay, now excuse me, now we have this tip in. Now how do we do it? Well, I've got those pieces of cardstock that are 4 1/4 by 8. I did it that way in case I needed to trim it down to the 7 15/16, whatever it is. So far I've found that I didn't have to trim any down, but if I count on that, I will. So what I'm going to do is sandwich this flipper in between these 2 pieces, I'm going to glue here, 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 and gives me a pocket, okay? Now the easiest way to do this for me on this one, because this is one that goes back, okay, is to turn this upside down with the flipper on the left, and I will put this in here. Now if you have something that's directional, of course you want to pay attention to which direction. This is just random, so I'm not worried about it, the random design. Okay, so I'm going to put that in there like that, and then I'm going to add my glue. Okay, and what this does is it ensures that I can fold that because this piece is already out of the way. Because if I try to glue it right on there, you know, it might be a little tough to fold. This way, I know it's already in the right place. Okay, so now I'm going to do the top piece. I am going to add glue to the whole flap here, and the reason I'm doing that is because if I just do a thin line here, whatever I stick in the pocket is going to get stuck on that lip anyway, so I'm just going to go ahead and glue it, and that way it acts as a stopper. So I'm going to go up the side here and here. Okay, now I am going to line this up on the outside edge here, just the best I can. And the main reason I'm doing that is because this is the side you're going to see most often. This is going to be sewn into, so you can see how it's a little slightly crooked. Probably the cutter, I cut crooked when I cut the piece of card. This isn't going to be noticeable because it's in the signature. This would be more noticeable. So now I do have glue, so you want to keep opening it. Make sure you don't have any glue seeping out right here. Just rub that. And here also. So there we go. Excuse me. So I have my page like this. Got a little glue in here, it looks like. And then we have our little pocket. Okay, let's do that one more time. And I'm keeping these in order. I'm putting them upside down over here. So here's the last one that I have. This tip in comes forward this way. So I'm going to lay the, first thing I want to do is glue that piece in the middle. And all that does is keep it from coming open because it's like a little tuck in there, and we don't want it that way. So I'm just gluing that down. Okay, so this one goes forward, so we're going to be on this side. There again, pay attention to your orientation. If you have something that's directional, I just have a random pattern. So I'm going to add my glue here. You don't need a lot of glue for this, just, you know, because you don't want glue oozing all over the place. And you can see a little bit of that came out, and I didn't even have that much. So get that off. Just rub it. This Beacon 3-in-1 comes off really well for the most part. Okay, and then I'm going to take this piece and go over the top. So I want to come across here and across here, and then go ahead and do this whole flap. Okay, lining it up on the piece up here that we're going to see, like that. You have a few seconds to adjust. Open it, make sure everything's lined up this way, no glue seeping with a little bit. Good. Okay. So now we have all of our tip ends done. So like I said, I'm keeping everything in order. This is page 1. This is 5. I think this is 9. I can't see the numbers. I probably trimmed them right off, but I know that's the order. Okay, so yeah, so now we need to put these in the signatures. And I did go ahead and cut, let me put the lid on my glue. I did go ahead and trim down the pages so that they were 11 by 7 7/8. And I've got 2 signatures. So I don't exactly remember where I wanted to put. I usually like to have the first one in the front, but you would think you would put it like this, and that's the natural go-to. But the middle of the signature of this folio is actually what it's called. This is this whole section is a signature. This one piece is called a folio. You actually want to put it in between here, okay? And then this is just an extra piece, okay? So then the next one would be here. And there again, you don't want to put it here. You want to open up the whole piece and put it there, okay? And then the next one, I'm kind of putting them with the designer pages, okay, in the middle there. Okay, so there's, and I may move those around. I'm not sure that's exactly where I want them, but that's where I'm putting them for now. Okay, so here's the first signature. We've got the story, page 1 and 2. We've got the paper. The dictionary page has frozen. On this side it has frost somewhere. And then we've got, instead of using coffee dyed paper, I put white paper in here because I wanted to keep everything white. Not everything, because of course this is aged. And then I've got the craft paper. I'm going to do some kind of cute thing. I think I saw Angela, I can't remember what her last name is. Anyway, when I get to it, I'll let you know. But she did a little envelope kind of thing where it had the background and had another little envelope. So then you've got your little tuck here, and you can have a tuck behind here, and then you have the pocket. So I'm going to do something like that. One of the solid backgrounds, here's one of our tip-in pockets. And there again, the story continues. It's still intact. I just love this method. Here's one of my the New York Public Library Snow Queen images from, I think it's 1860, something like that. Another journaling page, there's a solid page, and more of the story. And I used grid instead of ledger or graph paper. I've got the blue envelope. I'm going to sew around this and make a tuck spot here and a tuck spot here. We'll do that together. I'm going to have to change the thread on my machine, which I hardly ever do. But I do want to use white here. And then more journaling paper. And then I have the center of the signature of this design. So that's the first signature. Now this one then, we'll put this one. Actually, I think the way I did it was I put this one first and I put this one in front of the dictionary page. So I'll have to change that on that one because I don't want the tip in to be the first thing you see. I want there to be a page and then the tip in, and then the story will continue. So then we have this one. And then we have this one, and we're putting it in between. So there we go. All right, so that's getting full already. Let me fix this one while I'm here. Oops, that's the back. Yeah, I'm gonna put this there. There we go. So, already got a lot of stuff. Now, the one thing I don't have in here is doilies, so somewhere I'm gonna have to put some doilies. But, and here's our cover. So, that's looking good. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.